Welcome to Science Easy Tech channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about biology of behavior, Unit 2 in psychology for BSc nursing students. This is my part 2 video which deals with genetics, hereditary and environment and its influence on behavior. This video will be useful for BSc nursing students, post-basic BSc nursing students as well as students who are studying general psychology and B.Ed. Before moving on to the topic, if you are new to Science Easy Tech channel, just take a moment to subscribe our channel and also to press the notification bell icon in order to get connected with our latest updates. Let's move on to the topic. The Unit 2 Biology of Behavior. The content what is going to be discussed in this video is genetics and behavior, hereditary and environment and its influence on behavior. So this is my part 2 video. As I have told earlier, my part 1 video as well as unit 1 video links I will be giving in the description box, suggested end card and iCard also. You can watch our channel playlist BSc Nursing Psychology for more psychology related videos. Let's move on to the topic. Heredity. So heredity is what? Heredity is considered as the sum total of the individual characteristics or traits. So it is the sum total of individual characteristics or traits which is inborn. So by birth itself you will be having these traits or characteristics. So heredity is considered as the sum total of inborn individual traits or characteristics. So biologically heredity can be defined as the sum total of traits, that is features or characteristics potentially present in the fertilized ovum. So it is present in what? Fertilized ovum. According to Douglas and Holland, once heredity consists of all the structures, that is physical characteristics, functions or capabilities or capacities which are derived from their parents or forefathers, that is ancestors. Okay, so according to Douglas and Holland, once heredity consists of all the structures, physical characteristics, functions or capacities derived from parents or their ancestors. All organisms, they will be possessing a lifestyle which includes growth, development, reproduction and decline. So every individual will be undergoing these stages, that is growth, development, reproduction and decline. Next, the individual qualities of organisms and their basic properties. These individual qualities which differ from one organism and other organisms are derived from the basis of heredity. Next, we will see the mechanism of heredity. So, the life starts from the fusion of the sperm and ovum. So once the sperm and ovum fuses, it forms a single cell zygote. So when a sperm unites with an ovum, what is produced? Zygote is produced. So the genes which are the characteristics of different distinctive traits are present both in sperm and ovum. So in ovum there are 23 pairs of chromosomes. In sperm there are 22 pairs of chromosomes and one pair of X chromosome. In sperm also you have 23 pairs. Out of that, 22 pairs are XX chromosomes, whereas in females all the 23 pairs of chromosomes are XX, but in males 22 pairs are XX and one pair is XY. The X and Y chromosomes are called as sex chromosomes. So males are going to determine the sex of the individual. So whether the child is born as female or male is dependent totally on males. Occasionally, though some unfortunate errors can occur during the fusion, that is called as aberrations in chromosome appears. Suppose if an extra chromosome appears, that is instead of 46 chromosomes, if you are going to have 47 chromosomes, it results in a disorder called trisomy 21 or Down syndrome, or it is otherwise called as Mongolism. So in Mongolism, instead of 46 chromosomes, you will have an extra chromosome, that is 47 chromosomes, which can result in Down syndrome or trisomy 21 or Mongolism. So a child with Mongolism develops from growth issues, okay, the deceleration of growth, and also the child will have a difficulty in the development of various vital organs. The vital organs are also not properly developed. So chromosomes contain genes which determine the hereditary characteristics. Each chromosome will be made up of 2000 to 50,000 genes. So the minimum is 2000 and the maximum is 50,000. So in this range, each gene will be having different amount of chromosomes. So each gene is determined by a specific characteristic, such as, for example, some people will be having blue eyes or green eyes, and some people will be having a straight nose or flat nose, okay, and the fingers, the height, weight, everything is characterized by means of specific genes. One gene can influence many structures, or many genes can be responsible for one structural characteristics or any functional characteristics. So each gene will be influencing many characteristics, or even many genes can influence one characteristics also. It can be in both the ways. So action of the genes on the cytoplasm changes the shape and other characteristics of the cells. That is, no two siblings are alike. Okay, even the siblings are also, they will have some common features, but their characteristics, their features, everything will be different, because they are getting the genes from the same parents, but the different that they are getting different genes from the same parents. So fraternal or dizygotic twins. Fraternal or dizygotic twins means in twins itself, one child will be male and one child will be female. So that type of twins we are telling it as fraternal or dizygotic twins. These twins also differ in their characteristics, okay, because of different pairs of germ cells. But identical twins, that is same twins, in twins, two are girls or two are boys. So such type of twins, they will be sharing the same set of genes, okay, because they are fertilized from the same sperm and ovum. So they will be resembling, their characteristics will be resembling each other completely. So determination of your traits or features or characteristics is mainly due to the combination of genes, whether the gene is dominant or recessive. For example, if your father is having brown eyes and mother is having blue eyes, the child is getting brown eyes, means whose genes are dominant here? The father's genes are dominant, whereas the mother's genes are recessive. Recessive means submissive. So the dominant characteristics will be coming out, okay. So some characteristics are sex linked. For example, some diseases like color blindness, hemophilia, and all, they are sex linked. Okay. So one such trait is color blindness. For example, the sons of a color blind man. Okay, the man is color blind, whereas he is married to a normal woman. So the daughters may be the carriers. Okay, then these daughters will be spreading to the next generation male children. Okay, so in color blindness, an affected male and a normal female, they get married and they produce the children. So under this, the daughters will become a carriers, so that when they are married, that time, if they are going to reproduce a child with a male child, the male child is going to have this hemophilia. Another example is hemophilia is a bleeding disorder which will be rarely occurring in what? In women only. Okay, but it is transmitted by them to their sons. Okay, hemophilia is a bleeding disorder which rarely occurs in women, but the hemophilia will be transmitted to the sons. Okay. So the sex-linked thing is responsible for all these changes. Occasionally, the reproductive cells of any living thing, a change occurs, so that new traits or characteristics will be passed on to the next generation. So in reproductive cells, there may be any changes. These changes are called as mutation. Okay, since this mutation is very good to improve the breeding, to improve the quality of crops in plants and animals. But in human beings, this mutation is undesirable. That's why we are telling the pregnant woman should not be exposed to to x-rays, CT scans, MRIs and all. And also when there is a solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, they should not come out because of the radiation, harmful effects of radiation, which can lead to mutant changes in the genes, which is very harmful for the human beings, which can produce an undesirable changes in the human beings. So heredity is the basis for the development of human personality. So your many aspects of human personality, your height, weight, your eye color, your skin color, everything is determined by your genetic endowment. Any deficiencies, any physical deficiencies or any glandular malfunctioning, any hormonal imbalances, either overactive of hormones or underactive of hormones, everything is going to affect your um, characteristics as well as physical development and the way how you are going to behave with others. So heredity, it is both the similarities what you are going to have among two individuals as well as the differences what you are going to have among two individuals. Okay, so heredity is the source of both similarities or uniqueness and differences or variation among the individuals. Next, moving on to environment. So the contrast of heredity is environment. So the child inherits the basic characteristics from their parents or from their ancestors, okay, at the time of conception. After that, the child is going to interact with the environment. Either it can be intrauterine environment, intracellular environment, or the external environment, which is going to play a very major vital role in the development of the human being. So after conception, how he develops, okay, that is determined by your environment. Okay, so therefore from the environmental point of view, the child after fertilization, after conception, the intrauterine environment also plays a very important role till the birth. So after the birth, the external environment is going to play a very vital role in the development of the individual as well as the behavioral characteristics of the individual. So moving on to the definition, the environment is everything that affects the individual except his genes. So genes comes under heredity. So the environment is what it is going to affect the individual in each and every aspect except his genes. So this definition was given by Boring, Langfield and Weld. Environment covers all the outside factors that have acted on the individual since he began his life. Life starts when at the time of conception. So after that, whatever is happening is determined by your environment. So this was given by Woodworth. The types of environment, you are having three types of environment: intracellular environment, intrauterine environment and external environment. What are the three types of environment? Intracellular environment, intrauterine environment and extracellular external environment. So what is this intracellular environment? It relates to embryonic development, the cytoplasm which contains the genes, everything should be proper. So at the time of development, intracellular environment, the endocrine glands, the hormones, everything is responsible for the intracellular influences. Many congenital defects occurs as a result of the overactive or underactive endocrine function. For example, if a mother is having hypothyroidism during her pregnancies, the chances of the mental retardation in children is more. Okay, so suppose if the mother is having folic acid deficiency in the first trimester of pregnancy, the child is more prone for getting neural tube defects. Next, moving on to intrauterine environment. So intrauterine environment means it shelters the baby during the prenatal life. So your amniotic fluid, whether you are having too much amniotic fluid means polyhydramnios, very less amniotic fluid means oligohydramnios. So the amniotic fluid should be in correct level, as well as the relationship between the mother and the child is by means of umbilical cord. Whatever the nutrients from the mother through this umbilical cord only it is going to the child. So everything should be proper, so that proper nourishment can be provided to the child from the mother. So the mother should have good habits, interest, as well as during her pregnancy her physical health as well as her psychological health should be in proper. So everything, the psychological health is also very much important as that of your physical health, because that's why we are asking the pregnant mother to listen to music, to read some good books, so that everything will be entering into the child. Okay. So external environment, again it is divided into three kinds: physical environment, biological environment, and psychosocial environment. So what is this physical environment? Non-living things like air, water, soil, climate, heat, light, noise, everything should be radiation, everything should be pakka. It should be, you should provide a safe and conducive environment for the child in order to have a decent development for the child. The home should be decent, the environment, the locality where you are living, everything should be decent, so that it enhances the physical development of the child in a positive way. Next is biological environment. So it refers to the living component of man's external environment. You are going to live with the various animals, plants, viruses, bacteria, everything. So providing a hale and healthy environment which is free from germs, bacteria, viruses and all, no, it is going to enhance the health of the individual. Suppose if the child is going to be exposed to the disease causing bacteria or germs, it is going to affect his or her health, and indirectly it is going to affect the behavior. Psychosocial environment, it includes your cultural values, religion, tradition, customs, everything, education, occupation, political organization, etc. So your culture, your value, your religion, everything, it is going to affect your behavior. So parents, members of the family, friends, neighbors, teachers, mass media, communication, recreation are all important in order to provide a hale and healthy environment for the child. So these different environmental forces have a desirable impact on the physical development of the child, social development of the child, emotional, intellectual, moral and aesthetic development of an individual. Okay, so this family, neighbors, friends, everyone, okay, whoever is in the society, ongoingly they will be present in the society and they will be influencing the individual, okay, till their lifetime. Okay. So one example of the influence of environment upon potential height is found among the first and second generation of Japanese people. Okay, so the Japanese children are short initially. So in United States, okay, the Japanese children who were very short, when provided with good food and better nutrition, they gained the height. Okay, so even if the hereditary also, if they are going to be very short also, if you are going to give proper adequate nutrition with the proteins and also and mineral vitamins, minerals and all, they are going to become tall. Okay, so in this way the environment is going to influence them. Another example is the children of third world countries whose growth and development have been stunted by drought and famine. Okay, so poor countries are there, no, so there what, the because of floods, because of famine, because of starvation, many children have been stunted growth. You have to take those type of children, and if you are going to give a proper adequate nutrition for them and improve their living conditions or physical conditions and providing economical security by giving some jobs in order to make them to feed their livelihood. Okay, so in such cases and all, what is going to happen? Definitely that is going to improve the standards of living, so they are going to gain their height and weight, etc. Okay, so how this heredity and environment is being a interaction. So each individual will be having their own hereditary characteristics which is inborn, they have their own inheritance. Okay, but equally the environment is also playing a very important role, so the your inner abilities will be enhanced by means of your heredity. For example, a singer child is also having the inborn inheritance that he can also become a good singer. But in the environment, if you are going to send the child to a proper music class with a good guru or teacher, and under proper guidance, again this inborn ability is going to be enhanced by means of providing adequate training to the child. So, your hereditary and environment are interdependent forces. You cannot separate heredity from environment. Both are acting interdependently, and you have to enhance the hereditary inborn characteristics can be either it can be enhanced by the environment, or it can be in other way also. That is, it can become worse by means of environment also. Either it can become better or it can become worse by means of environment. Okay, so you have to be very confident in this thing. Next, to move on to conclude, we can tell heredity and environment are interdependent forces. Both are equally important. Heredity is also important, environment is also important. So if you are going to have a good heredity, good health at the time of fertilization, if you are going to give healthy thing from the sperm and ovum, and provided an adequate internal environment in the womb as well as external environment or intracellular environment, everything, the individual is going to lead a productive life. Okay, so a nurse should understand this behavior so that he or she can give adequate care to the patient. Okay, so brain and behavior is my next video. Nervous system, neurons and synapse, everything will be detailedly discussed in my next video. Hope this video is clear for you all. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel. My previous videos link, as I have told earlier, I have given in description box, suggested end card and iCard. You can watch our channel playlist BSc Nursing Psychology for no psychology related videos. Thank you friends. Keep supporting to Science Easy Tech channel.